During President Donald Trump's summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Hanoi, Vietnam, the media tried its hardest to make Trump look like a stooge. If you wanted to pick someone to act as a symbol of this attitude, you could certainly do worse than the Washington Post's David Nakamura. Nakamura, one of the waPo's White House reporters, apparently thought that Trump was going to get humiliated by Kim Jong-un during the summit, insinuating that he would kowtow to the diplomatic corps from Pyongyang. Instead, it was Nakamura who got humiliated. It all stemmed from a comment Nakamura tweeted regarding a video put out by Trump's official account. Nakamura implied there was weakness on the president's part. This does not look like the product of someone in the midst of trying to drive a hard bargain on an existential threat to U.S. national security and willing to walk away if the deal isn't good enough, Nakamura said. And so, what did Trump do? More or less right after Nakamura told the world he didn't think Trump was ready to walk away if the deal wasn't good enough. Sometimes you have to walk, Trump said at a post-summit news conference. The's sticking point, according to The Times, was that Kim wanted all of the UN sanctions lifted off of his country in exchange for dismantling its most important nuclear facility, but not other elements of its weapons program. It was about the sanctions, the president said. Basically, they wanted the sanctions lifted in their entirety, but we couldn't do that. Oh, well, I'm sure that Nakamura promptly apologized for getting the situation so wrong. As for Trump, he apparently didn't walk away in a huff, if you believe his statements. This wasn't a walk away like you get up and walk out, he said. No, this was very friendly. We shook hands. In other words, this is what Stephen Covey might have called win-win or no deal, although one imagines it was a bit more complex than that. This is what Reagan did with Gorbachev at Reykjavik, Iceland, in 1986. Critics said at the time, called the summit a failure, but it was only 3 years later that the Berlin Wall opened. 5 years later, the Soviet Union dissolved. The sanctions Trump is keeping in place make it impossible for Kim Jong-un to initiate any sort of economic growth. He's gotten a taste of what could happen if he denuclearizes. He just had to look at Hanoi. Nevertheless, Nakamura first stated Trump wasn't going to walk away without a deal if it wasn't good enough because he put out a video to promote the summit. Then he mocked Trump's post-summit news conference, then implied Trump wasn't being hard enough on the North Korean leader.